Hey, what's up, guys? It's Gonzo from Gonzo Aquatic Frenzy, and today I am just going to be doing maintenance on this 75-gallon Oscar tank. So I do my water change weekly on this tank because I do have a bunch of Oscars. I have 8 Oscars in total for this 75-gallon tank, which, if you know anything about Oscars, it's already overstocked. Just the fact that they are still pretty young, they're still pretty small, but they do still poop a lot. They still mess with the substrate a lot, and they move things around. These guys, if you know anything about Oscars, they don't care what you put in the tank, they're tolerating it. For the meantime, if you see, I have this little log for them just to go under, hide from each other if they are fighting with each other. But you'll see that starts off in the middle, and then they'll move it to one side, move it back. They do whatever they want with the decorations that I have in here. That's why it is so plain, besides the gravel and these 3 pieces. But we're gonna go in. We're going to do a about 50% water change. So be right back. So right there, all I did was turn off the wave maker on have on this side so that it's not the water. It's not staying above the water and overworking itself. That needs to stay immersed, if that's the right word. But yeah, I just turned it off just to save myself the trouble of overworking it and then having to buy a new one. Flip the top off. Again, don't have a pump yet, so we're doing it with a gravel vac. It allows me to clean the substrate, so you'll see this time. All right, so as you guys can see, we're at 50% now. So now everything goes everything goes in reverse. We're gonna took 6 buckets to empty out to 50%. Now we're gonna take 6 buckets, dump it back in, do some prime and stability just to keep some of that beneficial bacteria that doesn't live in the water. I just do it just to do it. It's kind of a habit now. Whenever I dose prime, I dose stability. But prime is a must because you have to dechlorinate your water. So I'll be right back, and then you guys will see that in a little bit. All right, now we have 3 buckets. We're gonna dump this 3 buckets in, go do 3 more, and then we'll dose for prime and stability. So enjoy. So now that those 3 buckets are down, I'm gonna put my prime in, just so that they're not in there with chlorinated water for such a long time while I fill up the next 3. So this says 1 capful for 50 gallons, 75 gallons. So I'll do a cap and a half. There. And then I'll do 2 caps full of stability. You don't have to do stability, but I tend to. It just ease of mind for me, you know. Now that that's done, I will turn on the filter so that the water can start circulating around and they're not in there with nothing. I also will turn on the 2 sponge filters that I ended up turning off. Oh, that goes right. So 2 sponge filters are on now, and then I'll wait on the heater and the I'll wait on the heater and the wave maker just so I can get some more water in there. I'm gonna close this one so it's not splashing as much on outside. Be right back. All right, there. Tank's full, heater's on, everything's working. As you can see a lot of the tannins that were in the tank just kicking up from the dirt from me putting in the water. Remember, I did dechlorinate the water already, so I didn't have to do it again after I was done. But tomorrow I will put prime just in case. But now you just go ahead and you wipe your tank, make sure everything's nice and clean, make sure everything's working as it should be. Make sure that the temperature of the water that you do put in is the same or very close to what the tank's already used to, last thing you want to do is put really cold water, really hot water in your tank, and you are just shocking your fish. You know, you never want to shock your fish. So if you're not used to doing 50% water change or 80% water change, I'd slowly work my way up to that percentage. I do 50% because it's nice, quick, and easy. But I know people that do 80% water changes. I know people that only do 20% water changes, but they're doing it every other day or every other week, or they do it every week. So it's just how you're gonna set your tank up. I know a lot of people with planted tanks don't really do as much water changes, but again, every tank's different. Every aquarium style is different. So it's all based on how you're gonna set up your tank and how you're gonna set up your filters and your wave makers. So with that, I'll leave you to it. Enjoy your Saturday. Have a nice day.